Mr. President, Mr. Secretary-General, thank you. And allow me once again to convey my congratulations to you on your appointment as Secretary-General. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, it gives me immense pleasure to address this august body this morning. I would like to convey my sincere gratitude to you all for the warm welcome accorded to me since my arrival some 2 months ago. I am indeed very much delighted to be a member of the ACP family, which plays an instrumental role in generating unprecedented socio-economic opportunities for our nation. My presence today is indicative of my country's full commitment to strengthening the synergy that has been set by my colleagues in this room. Mr. Secretary-General, you can rest assured of my full cooperation throughout my mandate. Let us ensure that we at the ACP work effectively towards a global order that is marked by peace, security, and equity. As ambassadors representing our respective countries at such an important crossroad where the world is in turmoil, new geopolitical alignment has transpired and globalization has become more complex. We are thus all faced with enormous challenges that we need to address concertedly. Colleagues, at this juncture, kindly allow me to convey Seychelles' solidarity towards the West African states that have been severely affected by the Ebola virus. We also wish to convey to our fellow SIDS, Pacific SIDS, which were recently severely affected by the cyclone. Excellencies, in the last 5 years, the Western Indian Ocean region was confronted with a serious threat of marine piracy. Unfortunately, Seychelles was not exempted from that scourge, which brought about instability in our socio-economic development and massive disruption in our trade. I am, however, proud to note that although being small in size, with our strong determination, Seychelles took a prominent role in combating this menace. During this torment, the imperative and combined efforts of regional, bilateral, and international partners and organizations, such as EU Cap Nestor, NATO, EU NAVFOR, UNODC, and the combined marine forces were behind our success of alleviating and countering this terror in our region. Despite the fact that piracy activities have been eliminated and stabilized in our zone, it does not mean that we have to stay complacent. Seychelles is still vigilant towards piracy attacks and other transnational crimes in our waters. It is largely our responsibility to raise awareness and to make our partners realize the emergency of our situation. I thus call on the support of other ACP countries in finding concrete solutions to completely defeat terrorism and promote a safe nautical environment for our seafarers. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, today climate change is currently one of the world's worst phenomena that calls for global action and resolution. As a small island developing state, Seychelles also understands the devastating impacts of climate change and environmental degradation on island nations. Coastal nations continue to show solidarity and actively advocate the cause of SIDS at the United Nations. But we need more robust international cooperation for islands to adapt and mitigate the damaging effects of global climate change. We are confident in reaching a positive outcome at the December Paris Climate Change Summit. Most importantly, we must pledge that funding is prioritized for the most vulnerable. Seychelles considers the ACP Group as a capable ally for defending the SIDS interest. This is why we call on all ACP member states to play their fair share in making certain that the adoption of a vulnerability index, as recommended in Samoa, is brought to light. This will undoubtedly improve transparency and also help to better plan and target assistance to countries based on real needs. Despite the fact that SEEDs are confronted with very few options in relation to economic sustainability, we have always put the health and development of our ocean spaces at the heart of the Sustainable Development Agenda. The concept of the blue economy underpins a new development model that is crucial to us coastal nations. In January 2014, Seychelles concluded the Blue Economy Summit, which was co-hosted by the UAE. The summit was a very important milestone in identifying the right policy frameworks which will allow coastal populations to ensure that the benefits from economic activity in our oceans translate into real opportunities for our people. Our oceans have a huge potential to foster innovation. As many of my colleagues here at the ACP are coastal nations, let us also continue to raise our profile and shore up our partnership in promoting this concept. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, there is no doubt that we will continue sharing our expertise, maintaining a common voice, particularly in issues of similar interests, which will enable us to establish a stronger ACP platform. Distinguished colleagues, although I am new to this group, I am enthusiastic to join you in the quest for a former ACP-EU partnership and striving for a more prosperous ACP beyond 2020. Seychelles is ready to join hands with all the other ACP member states to continue exploring potential avenues for fruitful South-South and triangular cooperation. I thank you for your kind attention.